Pretty cool stuff there, getting out there to the areas that need it and families that desperately are looking for those resources.
I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that have that mobile. Yeah.
It's amazing what you can actually put on wheels and transport to places. And
for sure.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Went walking with the wife last night. It was a nice, crisp, windy,
So
cold evening. But I know it's going to be different today.
Yeah, word of the week for John Thomas, crisp.
Crisp.
Yes.
Feels great in the morning.
Yes, it does feel great.
Changing, though.
You said it was windy, though, right?
Very windy.
Very windy. That is a trend that we are continuing into today. This morning, warmer than yesterday, so maybe not that crisp air that John Thomas loves to feel like we saw Monday and Tuesday morning. Really, that jacket is up to a personal choice, because I do think it is maybe a little chilly, especially with that wind, but we're not cold by any means. We are looking to climb into the 80s by noon today, upper 80s this afternoon here in Corpus Christi, which means the brush country sitting even warmer than us, likely into the low 90s, maybe a few places a little bit warmer than that. All of us, though, are going to be pretty windy. We're looking at gusts up to 35 miles per hour here, or 35 to 40 miles per hour here in Corpus Christi today. We're under a wind advisory. All of our coastal locations, that does include parts of Corpus Christi today until about 6 p.m. So those gusty winds are going to continue into the weekend. If you're going to go on an evening walk, or maybe you have some dinner plans tonight, I would say maybe don't have them outside, because we're going to continue seeing that strong breeze. The good news is that it's going to help mitigate the heat a little bit this afternoon. Now tomorrow, we're looking at setting a record. That current record is set at 89 degrees back in 2024. This is at the airport. Tomorrow's forecast high, 92 degrees. So we do have a couple degrees wiggle room to break that record tomorrow. I do think we'll do it. I think there's several other locations in the coastal bend that will be close to breaking a record as well. February as a whole has been very, very warm here in the coastal bend. Every box you see here in the red, that is a day that was above average. Generally in the month of February, we're looking at average highs between 70 to 74 degrees. A lot of these days we're spent in the 80s. Now only really one day in the upper 80s, that was the 21st, but we did start the year off on January 2nd at 89 degrees. That was really telling the future of what was to come, but tomorrow's looking to be even warmer than either of these 2 days, meaning it's going to be the warmest day of 2026 so far. Good news is, though, that heat not going to last too long. We're going to see a cold front move through the state of Texas on Thursday. Timeline for us, I believe, is going to be Thursday evening into early Friday morning. No real rain expected, maybe a stray shower. All of that rain is really going to stay to our northeast in those more deep south states, but we will see a temperature drop going from the low 90s to the low 80s and then lasting into the low to mid 80s for the weekend. Still warm, still above average, but a little bit of a cool down for our weekend. John Thomas, Barbie.